So Johnny Depp accuser Dan Wooton is suspended over allegations. Has karma finally hit? Now, if you don't remember, Dan Wooton is the person who wrote the article claiming Johnny Depp was a wife beater. Now, these were allegations at the time, and Dan Wooton went out of his way to try to get Depp fired from the movie Fantastic Beasts. Now, we know Amber Heard lied and had to pay Johnny Depp for those lies. Depp was fired wrongly, and Dan Wooton stood by Amber Heard and her lies. So now the shoe is on the other foot. Dan is now being suspended over allegations from an ex-lover and others, and he is begging not to be canceled.
I, like all fallible human beings, have made errors of judgment in the past, but the criminal allegations being made against me are simply untrue. I would like nothing more than to address those spurious claims. I could actually spend the next 2 hours doing so, but on the advice of my lawyers, I cannot comment further. But I have been thinking much over the past few days about the current state of social media, where any allegation can be made in an attempt to get someone cancelled, but it is impossible to defend yourself against thousands of trolls. That said, I am coming on air tonight with a lot of humility too. I think being in the middle of this witch hunt has made me think a lot about the sort of journalist and broadcaster I aspire to be. One focused on the massive political threats facing this country, not on personal attacks. I mean, who doesn't have regrets? Should I be cancelled for them many years later? Or do you accept that I have learned and changed?
Now things are starting to go downhill from here. As the Independent reports, Dan Wooton suspended by MailOnline as claims he offered cash for sexual images investigated. The GB News presenter, who has written a regular column for MailOnline since 2021, claimed to be the victim of a witch hunt after being accused of using fake online identities to trick men into sending him explicit images for tens of thousands of pounds. Wooton has denied any criminal wrongdoing, although he has admitted to errors of judgment in the past. The broadcaster who hosted the Dan Wooton Tonight program on GB News, as scheduled on Thursday night without reference to the suspension, dismissed the allegations on his show last month as simply untrue and a campaign to destroy my life. We actually just saw that video. The allegations, first published last month by independent outlet Byline Times, include claims about alleged behavior while he edited the Sun's Bizarre column, as well as claims of cash payments for illicit images and videos. So the allegations are that he was going around with fake names, offering cash for men to send him illicit pictures. Following the claims, publishers of MailOnline and his previous employer at The Sun said that they were looking into allegations made against the New Zealand-born star. Now, The Sun, it's interesting because The Sun is the place that published the allegations about Johnny Depp and, got him fired. That's where Dan Wooton wrote the article. So it's interesting that they now are taking this seriously. A spokesperson for MailOnline and publisher DMG Media said on Thursday, "We are continuing to consider a series of allegations which Dan Wooton, who has written a column for MailOnline since 2021 as one of several outside freelance contributors, has stringently denied." The allegations are obviously serious, but also complex and historic. And there is an independent investigation underway at the media group which employed him during the relevant time period. In the meantime, his freelance column with MailOnline has been paused. So they're suspending him just over the allegations. The Sun has appointed lawyers to help its investigation into the claims. In a letter to the Common Cultures Media and Sports Committee earlier this week, the paper said, "We are investigating relevant matters raised by reports by Byline Times and The Guardian last week. We have appointed Kingsley Napley to assist." Kingsley Napley, that's one hell of a name. "We take these allegations seriously, but we are in no position to comment further, and indeed, we make no commitment to make any further comment depending on the outcome of our investigation." A Sun spokesman added Thursday, "We are looking into the allegations made in recent days. We are not able to make any further comment at this stage." Wooton's last article was published for the MailOnline on June 29th. Byline Times has claimed it has evidence that Wooton had pretended to be a man named Martin Branning, and that two victims made a criminal complaint to the Metropolitan Police. They contacted The Independent following the publication of the allegations. Scotland Yard said, in June 2023, the Metropolitan Police was contacted with regards to the allegations of sexual offenses committed by a man. Officers are assessing the information to establish whether any criminal offenses have taken place. There is no police investigation at this time. During his time at the Sun, Wooton was best known for breaking stories including Brexit, the withdrawal of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex from royal duties. But let's not forget also the Johnny Depp thing, where he kind of laid out all those allegations and went out of his way to get him fired. So there's that too. In his monologue on his show last month, Wooton said, "I would like nothing more to address these spurious claims. I could actually spend the next 2 hours doing so, but on advice of lawyers, I will not comment further." So it seems like Dan Wooton is essentially being canceled because of these allegations. And, I'm kind of split with this, because on one side feels like justice, right? He's done this to someone else and he's getting it done to him. But then on the other half of me, it's like two wrongs don't make it right. If we're against canceling someone, we should be against canceling this person too. But I'd like to know how you feel in the comment section. Do you think Dan Wooton should be canceled? Do you think he shouldn't be canceled? Where do you fall on this? Because, this one is a little struggle. Because if you're against canceling people, you should be against canceling Dan Wooton. But the fact that he was the one doing all the canceling, now it's kind of ironic that he's on the other side of that story. Again, let me know in the comment section. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you next time. Peace.